Welcome everybody to another episode of Beers and Bourbon with Dick and Brett. I'm Dick.
And I'm Brett.
We're back to the normal, huh?
That's the way we gotta be, man. You know, everyone just loves it.
I love it. I hope you watched it 10 fucking times because I loved it 10 times. Oh man, well welcome back everyone. We're back to the OG, a beer and a bourbon. The beer we got today is Nothing But Net Hazy Pale Ale from Stadium Pizza, a local spot to us. We love near and dear.
That's right. So this pizza joint, we just won the championship in my softball game, with my softball team, an all-star team. And we were hanging out and thinking about what we could do right after. And I said, well, hell, let's all go to Stadium Pizza. So we trekked our way all the way from French Valley, which is way out there by Murrieta, kind of.
Up over the hills.
Up over the hill over there. And trekked our way back into Lake Elsinore. And hit up Stadium Pizza, came in. I had 2 32-ounce Nothing But Nets.
Big old mugs.
The big dogs. Crushed a bunch of pepperoni and sausage and bacon pizza. And then had some of their all flats wings, because that's the only way you can order wings, if I gotta tell you. And their ranch is on fire. So it was a perfect combination and a great day.
Homemade ranch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stadium. We hope to come down there. So if you haven't been there, they have a brewery inside, like so similar to BJ's, but you can actually see the brewery. BJ's is like tucked away with a few windows. This is all glass in the middle of the pizza parlor. Then there's a little outdoor area. I think there's one in Marietta and there's one in San Diego as well.
I would say it's a pretty big outdoor area. I mean, if you can bring your whole softball team and probably 5 other teams can come as well, and there's a big like grass area for the kids to play in. It's all enclosed, so you don't have to worry about them running out anywhere. They come by, they sweep up the tables, they give you these cool team like poster flags for bringing out your food. The place is on fire, and their beer's just been pretty good lately, you know what I mean? So we wanted to give a big ups to them and let them know that we appreciate them for hosting us for all kinds of events, whether it's just a regular day where we want to crush some pizza, or if it's like something big. Like I said, we just won a championship, we got some rings, it was pretty fun. Those are days where you can bring your whole family and friends. You can even bring your dog out on the patio too, which is pretty cool. So
yeah, obviously we're gushing about it. I mean, hopefully our focus right now is local, and that's our local watering hole. Yeah. So we figured we'd knock that out. What bourbon we got today, Brett?
So today we got a Nulu. So Nulu was hyped on the scene a few years back. Started to kind of catch fire for a little while. People were all about it. It's a Louisville bourbon coming from PCS. It is a rye. This is their experimental finish brand, right? So this one is finished in cognac barrels. It's got about 6 months in a barrel. So it's going to have some interesting flavors to it, especially when you combine that with a rye. I think that's kind of like hot and sweet is kind of what I'm figuring it might be, because you get cognac, which is kind of like your after dinner sipper, you know, yeah, it's kind of sweet and mellow and smooth, and then you're putting that in with a sharp rye. So I'm kind of excited to see what that finish looks like. So experimental, here it is. But Nulu, they make a ton of different bourbons, kind of a cool, unique bottle compared to some of the other ones out there. They got a wax top, which we just talked about Maker's Mark being pretty awesome not too long ago. This one does one of the same, only this use a different, more glittery version of it, but still fun to open. This is also a store pick, right? So we've mentioned store pick in the past. It's where, you know, your local stores or groups or anything like that goes out there and they actually get samples sent to them and they pick from a bunch of different ones. And they find the best one that they like, they submit that back to the company, they pick that individual barrel, and then they bottle it, and they ship it out, and then it's, you know, theirs to distribute at that point in time. So that's a store pick for you. This is a store pick. This one's coming from another one of our local shops, El Cerrito Liquor. So thanks, Jazz, for this one. And all the boys there, obviously. We don't want to leave all the other guys out there. You know, Jazz isn't always at the shop, but he's there quite often. But some of the other guys in there are really cool and really knowledgeable on bourbons. They also have a shit ton of beer too. So if you want to go in there and find beers, bourbons, tequilas, scotches.
Pretty much
I
anything.
mean, they got it all. It's a pretty hefty looking
Wine.
shop. I would say it's one of the better ones out in the Inland Empire. You know, if you're going into South County or into the beach area, you know, you're looking at like High Times or something. But this one sort of compares. It's not warehouse style like the High Times is, but honestly, they got a huge selection of good stuff. So take a visit if you're ever out in the Inland Empire, down in the Corona, Temecula, Lake Elsinore, Paris, anywhere in that area. Even if you're on your way out on the 91 to Riverside, or you're up in Eastvale or something like that, you can stop by this shop at any time. They'll help you out.
Yeah, we're hyping local shops today.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think we're working for them with how much we're
sure.
fucking doing it. So let's get a look at this right here. So Nothing But Net. That's a stadium. You can tell it's cold as fuck, like last time we talked about. You gotta have that.
So they have all their beers are different,
Nulu.
sports brands and sports things, which are kind of neat.
All right, so now you've seen it. Now we've told you about local. Let's get into that Nothing But Net, dude. I'm thirsty as fuck.
Yeah, man. What are you guys? You guys thirsty? I hope you guys crack a beer when you watch this because no matter what it is, I mean, we're thirsty with you. So,
dude, that's a hell of a question.
You know?
I would love to see a comment, even just one from someone to say out there that would be pretty cool that you guys are enjoying a beer and a bourbon while we're doing it too. Because if I'm watching podcasts and I'm not driving, usually I watch podcasts when I'm driving. If I'm not, I'm definitely fucking crushing a beer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sitting back, relaxing, you pop it on your Apple Play or, you're mirroring it to your screen or whatever, and you just want to sit back and relax and enjoy a beer with us. Go ahead and take a screenshot or a selfie or something and snap it up there as a comment. We'd love to see what you guys are drinking out there. And if you have any good suggestions for us, let us know. We'll try to seek it out.
Oh yeah, I think we'll start doing lives hopefully. If we get enough big enough following, cheers brother. If we get a big enough following, I think we can do some lives and you guys could share with us what the hell you're drinking. I'm going for it. I'm gonna beat him. He always beats me. I'm gonna fucking beat him.
Go for it. So this is a lower alcohol content, 5.8%. It's a pale, right? So hazy pale ale, right?
Yes, sir.
Crisp, got a little tiny bit of a funk to it, not too much. I usually don't smell it before I get into it because I'm usually drinking it out of the big dog, the 32 ouncer or something like that.
Dude.
And usually I'm really thirsty, so I'm not actually looking into it. But this one's got some really nice notes to it. What do you think about it after your first pull?
So the smell is, it's inviting. So we were talking a little bit ago on a couple. We were talking about Nelson hops, and I was telling you like that white grape.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of that. I get a little bit when you say like musty. Like I get not a bad smell, but almost like a grape smell, like a very soft, subtle flavor.
Yeah, it's got a little sharpness to it.
A little bit of fruit, like maybe a little sweetness, but it's pretty mellow. It's pale ale. Off the drink, man. Super soft.
Mm-hmm.
Crisp on the end.
I'm halfway through mine. I don't know how that happened, but it happens pretty quick.
We're pretty close. But so when I think about most breweries right now, they're not making hazy pale ales.
No.
You don't even see a lot of pale ales. Pale ales was like big in 10 years ago. Everyone was doing these crushable pale ales. They were doing like a little bit of a bitter, like in between an IPA and a pale ale. To me, this is bringing it back to my favorite thing, crushability, man. Like, it's about to be 85, 90 degrees consistently. This is a beer that I like bitterness in beers, but when it's super hot like that, I can't. I can't drink 6 of them and just
feel like it
hit
dries
those
out
down.
your mouth and all that, and then you kind of get like what I call like a kind of a instant beer headache almost when it's too bitter.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
And
this
so
doesn't have that.
Crushability matters. If it just leaves just enough moisture in your mouth to where you're like, okay, I want to go back for some more, that's always a good factor for me, especially during the hot time. In the cold time of the season, it's a whole different game. But
The follow through is smooth,
Yeah.
super smooth. I don't get too much hop on the follow through. To me, it brings me back, man. It's like that hydration type beer.
yeah, I can run my tongue from the back or from the top of my mouth all the way to the front of my teeth and still feel like there's something there that's moisture involved, which is good.
And I think, honestly, I don't know if they were going for the name or not. Everything they have is sports related. A lot of it is, baseball related because of the stadium, right? It's baseball stuff in there, but majority of their beers have something to do with sports. But when I think about Nothing But Net, I think about a sweet ass fucking shot.
Yeah.
Confidence, that follow through, right? Like, I don't care if you're LeBron,
the Kobe, it's the
right?
swoosh, it's like
that's what I think about. Is like, to me, this beer comes out and says, I know what I am. I know I'm gonna be fucking solid.
Yeah.
There's no like ups or downs. It's consistent. It's exactly what I would expect if somebody pulled up to that 3-point line and just threw out a fucking Kobe net.
I'd say, and I'd say this place is about maybe 65% tap, and then they do have about 45% of other beers brought in. So if you get in there and you do it, they allow samples and things like that. If you get in there and there's something that you don't like, which I can't imagine because they put out some pretty good beers. They have Blindside, which is like 8.3%. Yeah. That's one of their heavier ones.
5 Hole's the new one.
5 Hole is the
That's
new
a
one.
baseball
That's a
thing.
7.4 or something like that, or 7.3. I'm not really sure. But 5 Hole, 5 Hole can be baseball or softball. It's basically when you go down almost to the ground, and then that ball just ends up going right under the glove, right, and sneaks right by you. So
I've never heard that.
Maybe it's a sneaky. Maybe that's the concept that they put the name behind that one. But
and the 5 Hole is funny because we talk again. I always reference previous podcasts because as we're talking about this, I think about things. It looks like that, like dish soap, like dishwater OJ. Someone was like, what the fuck are you drinking? Like, it's super orange.
Yeah.
And like this, you can still kind of see through. It's still a little pale, right? Even though it is a hazy, it's still kind of mellow and faint. That thing is just
thick.
Yellow, thick, orange, big old head on it.
Which I like that, actually. That's an enticing look for me when I look at beers. I'm like, damn, that looks delicious, So.
You know it's going to be, when you see a beer like that, you know it's going to be just dumped with hops.
Unfortunately, they don't can that one yet. So
not yet.
When I was down at Stadium, I didn't even know they canned beers. I was actually there not too long ago, and I was like, wait a second, you got a fridge over there. Are you canning your beer? And they were like, yeah, we got some beers in here. And so they had Nothing But Net. They also had Blindside, which I wanted to pick up. I think it was about $20 for 4. So you're looking at $5 a beer. It's still not bad. You know what I mean? Like,
they don't can a lot though.
Ridiculous.
Their canning line is about as big as the bar in front of us right now, about 5-6 feet. So they have, I would say they're probably 7-barrel fermenters, pretty big size, but they have 1, maybe 4 or 5. They got, the big old SS brewing system right there. They got an area for grain, but the canning line is super small. So it's to me, most of their beer, which is pretty consistent with small little brew pub style, it's brewed to consume off the tap, which I love. That's local to me.
Yeah, they did mention, because I got into a brief conversation with them, that they do some small collabs, and that they do brew a little bit of their beer off-site as well. So
can they do a Dick and Brett collab?
I would love to see a Dick and Brett collab. You know what I mean?
Hey, just like kind of heads up to everyone out there, the Dick and Brett brew, that hazy bomb, it's coming. We're gonna bottle it probably tomorrow or Friday latest. So probably 2 or 3 more podcasts. We're gonna try it.
Yeah, we'll do it right here. Right?
Hey, dude, it'll be right here.
Okay, I'm down. This will be exciting.
I mean, it's been a year and a half since I brewed, so it could be great, it could be shit, but you know what? We're going to try it for you. We're going to tell you what it is.
It'll be funny if we have to talk shit on our own beer.
This is fucking terrible. Who are the assholes that made this? You know what? It could happen, though. That's fine. I got to get back on the horse somehow. We've been talking about it. I wouldn't have it any other way than to fucking release it on the podcast.
Yeah. It's just, why not? Right? There's no reason not to.
Yeah. So last episode I was telling Brett before we started, we talked about Gen Z and we went a little off. We went a little off on a lot of things, which I feel a little emotional and a little vulnerable, and I also feel very liberated. But since then, everything I hear, whether it's on the news, it's podcasts, at work, it all ties to Gen Z. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like someone wants us to talk about Gen Z again.
I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't been worried about Gen Z so much, but we did talk a lot about it. You guys will see that. I mean, in reverse here, episode 13.
Yeah.
One of my favorites of all time. So if you want to put any blame on talking shit on Gen Z, do it on me. I don't care. I'll take all the heat. But what I have realized lately is that I was really worried about this debt ceiling thing, which is now apparently handled or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I was worried about that, and I'm worried about America right now. I really am. I'm worried about the Ukraine war, and I'm worried about the debt ceiling, and I'm worried about the interest rates, and I'm worried about how much fucking money I have to pay everybody, which I think we talked about, right? So
yeah, we went off
I'm worried about all that shit. What I'm not worried about is running out of bourbon and not being able to drink beer. So, hey, I'm going to stick to what works, you know?
Yeah, we got bourbon for the next century. We got a couple new bottles coming out, so if you follow our Instagram, hopefully you do. We've had some pretty badass additions, man. We got the fucking Hancock Presidential Reserve 1995 wood box, beautiful. We got the fucking Stitzel-Weller fucking decanter from the 60s, which I'm super pumped about. What else did we get? What else did I post about?
I said something about a wild turkey rare breed or something.
Oh, that hasn't came yet. That comes tomorrow. So we got a 1995 wild turkey rare breed. I'm kind of mad at myself because I had an opportunity to get 1991, which I didn't know was the first version. Came in this badass box, this satin inner lining. Could have fucking bought it. You know what I did? For you bourbon hunters out there, if you see it and you have that gut feeling, fucking buy it. I don't care if you have to put it on your credit card, take a loan out. I'll call fucking Brett and be like, bro, let me borrow $400. Now I'm going to be chasing this bottle. It's going to be this skeleton in my closet. I'm going to be telling him 5 years from now, I should have fucking bought it.
Yeah.
So I saw this 1995 come out and I just fucking bought it. Just done. I negotiated a little bit of the price with the dude, but I said, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah. So that'll be here soon. But we're stacking Dusties, man, and we're going to start popping them. We got the 1982 Wild Turkey decanter that's coming up pretty soon. I'm just excited. Like we've changed our focus. I think me and Brett when we first met, it was all about stacking tater bottles and trying to get all the big shit. The focus has changed to the Dusties, man, and the shit that was around way before our parents had even thought about us. So I'm excited.
Yeah, those all sound cool, right? So I mean, if you continue to follow and like and subscribe and watch all of our videos, you're going to see some bottles out eventually that are ones where you're like, wow, I've never even seen that thing before, right?
Dude, if I haven't seen it,
unless you're hunting for a crazy person, you're just not going to even see it. So we're going to do some of those, what I think would be pretty neat. I'm super pumped about I always say pumped, but man, that's a different ball game, you know?
I'd like to start fucking around with some shit like that. I think the key is gonna be we need to do it for milestones.
Yeah.
Right? Like you
guys gotta work hard for us, and then we'll work hard for you.
You know, I can't bring myself to just crack some 1960s bottle on a Thursday. It needs to be like Brett gets promoted, or fucking they go to state with a softball team and win. Like, I want it to be a celebratory thing, because other than that, we're just drinking really expensive bourbon that's out of our price range.
I mean, our Dick has a fourth kid.
I'm fixed, bro. I solved that problem a long time ago. You ain't getting no. Hey, if I have a fourth kid, shout out to someone else, because it ain't mine. It is not.
You're gonna be calling the doctor on that one.
No, dude. I think it's been 4 years? No, my youngest is going to be 6. So it's been almost 5 years that I've been snipped. And he said fuck it, I'm going there. We're getting real. This guy set me up. He put the ball on the tee because he knew I was going to go there. So, homeboy, all right, let me tell the full story. Are you okay if I tell this full story?
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's what we're here for. We want to share a little bit of our lives with you guys.
You know what? Brett's funny because I called him a little bitch on the last episode because I said he's not an introvert. But what I will tell you that I love about this guy more than anything is he's fucking sharp. He knows exactly what to do to get me. It's like he's herding sheep. He knows if he says something, my brain's gonna go bing, and I'm gonna be like, oh,
he gets all shot up and excited.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fucking A. Like, shout out to me getting excited. So here's what happens. So I go through this whole shit to get snipped, and I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be some big old thing, right? So I go in there. sitting in the waiting room, and they're like, they tell you like shave your shit, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I want to keep my shit clean anyways, right? So I
hear it first.
Yeah. Keep it clean, kids. That's how you get some action. You know what I mean? If you're not old enough to understand what that means, you got a problem. If you're old enough to understand what that means, that's probably why you're not getting any.
That's right.
Okay. So I get there. Okay, and this is always a story with men. Of course, the nurse is hot. Of course, she's hot, right?
It has to be.
Always has to be this hot chick, right? And so, as a married man, you're already feeling kind of weird that the nurse is hot and you don't want to get excited. But the interesting part of this story is, it's like lay down, basically take your shit down, right? And she gets this iodine and it's just like dumping it all over, right? Iodine's that nasty, like, it almost looks like this color, right?
Yeah.
And that shit's just dripping everywhere. I'm just laying there uncomfortable as fuck. So shout out to the women out there that are watching this. Now I know a little piece of what you feel like. I'm just laying there exposed. She's fucking lathering more iodine than anyone would ever need in their whole life, right? So then she puts up this partition, which is basically like two silver kind of things that you'd hang IVs on with this like big old like paper towel.
The surgical blue cloth.
Yeah,
right?
across,
Yeah.
right? So now I can't see anything. So now I'm imagining she's just looking and like laughing, right? Like just like, look at this fucking idiot right here.
Did she say you're gonna feel some pressure?
No. It's like, phoom, all of a sudden I'm getting a colostomy. No. What she did say was she was going to tape it to my stomach, which is the ongoing joke. People say, yeah, right, it's not big enough. It was big enough to get taped to my stomach. Okay? So now we're even in a more vulnerable spot where my shit is taped to my stomach. Okay, the doctor comes in and he's like, hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so. And I can't see him. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, doc? So I can't see him. I can't see her. Who knows what they're doing? He's like, hey, what choice of music do you want? And I'm like, music? He's like, yeah, you can put on whatever you want. I'm like, what? Like,
I mean, at that point, I really don't know what I'm choosing.
Okay, what do you think I chose?
Oh, man. If I had to guess, I really couldn't tell you.
I went Bob Marley.
Bob Marley?
I went Bob Marley, dude. I kind of wanted to
Don't
chill.
worry. Not a ting.
No, it was...
Every little ting is gonna be all right.
Oh, I was really worried it wasn't gonna be all right. So I picked some Bob Marley. Okay, so let me fast forward because this needs to be a decent length podcast. So I've gotten through the shit. Of course, the nurse is hot. Got iodine dripping all over me. Okay, they come in. I can't see him. He lets me pick the music. This is super weird, right? So then he's going through it, and I feel it. I can feel it. It's uncomfortable, even though I'm numb, right? And then he goes. I hear this like click, 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 click. Click, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck? Well, it's the cauterizing machine, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the
burning machine that makes the little smoke off the little skin holes.
So that's what he says. He goes, I swear to you, this is not dramatized. This is fact. He goes, you smell that? And I said,
flesh, motherfucker.
Yeah, I smell that. He said, I'm barbecuing your ball sack.
Oh, no.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't have quite the same experience, but I don't know if you'd want me to share it with you, but this is pretty funny right here.
Dude, and then, so like, that was crazy, right? Felt no pain. I go home the next day, I wake up, and I'm just like the biggest piece of shit ever. I'm like, oh, I need the peas. My shit hurts. Where's my medicine? My wife's like, you stop being a little bitch. I had 3 fucking kids. You got your fucking little nutsack cut and you're fucking crying over there. Anyways, somehow Brett wanted me to tell that story.
Yeah. See, I knew I was gonna find the gem in there somewhere, but
let's get to the bourbon.
Wait, real quick. I'm gonna tell you a quick one about mine. Okay, so I was thinking my whole time, I was like, all I want to do is watch the Masters, right? And get sandwiches fed to me, right? So I'm thinking I should schedule for Masters weekend. Yeah. So of course, I go to the scheduling desk or whatever, and they're like, well, we have like this weekend or this Thursday and this Wednesday and this Tuesday. None of them
Fridays
were open near the Masters, so I got totally screwed on that one.
They were all booked up, dude.
I know, because every dude schedules his snipping right before the Masters, so you can eat sandwiches and watch people golf all weekend and not have to do shit, which is great.
I gotta say,
get your booking in early.
I gotta say, it's the best thing. If you're not planning on having kids anymore, it's the best thing you could ever do.
All right, so here we go. A little golf talk.
Marketing for vasectomy.
A little snipping talk, and we're into this rye cognac finished experimental bourbon by Nulu. In fact, I haven't had a lot of Nulu's bourbon, so it'd be interesting to see what happens, especially a store pick. If Jazz is picking it, I can't imagine it to be too bad. It smells hot, right? But it doesn't smell too hot.
No, but I do I'm
not getting the nose hair singe, but
it's kind of
picking up cognac yet. I mean, unless that's why it's not actually getting really heated in my nose. I think that was going to be my point. I feel like it's mellowed right because of the cognac, but let's try it, man.
Okay. I get the rye. I get all that spice.
Oh yeah.
All that barrel.
I can see why Jazz likes this one.
Good heat, like up front, it's a tornado.
It's pretty powerful.
But it opens up super nice.
I like it for a rye because I'm not a huge rye drinker, and I'll tell you guys that 1,000 times. Like, I want to like rye, and I understand the different complexities that a rye brings. It's not my thing, but this one is just under the radar enough for me to actually enjoy it. It was a flavor bomb for sure.
Dude, drink one, fucking fire.
Yeah. I mean, it was flavor bomb. Like, there's a lot going on. But it is intense. Is
nice. That cognac brings a nice subtlety at the end.
I was expecting a huge chest burn, and I didn't get a lot of that. But I got just an explosion of crazy hot, not hot, but like you said, spice.
It's a true rye. I mean,
yeah, it's rye for sure. This one is a deep, deep rye.
I think the way I would describe it, so again, we wish you guys were here with us, but if you've tried this, man, let us know if we're on point or not. But so it starts out definitely characteristics of rye. You got the spice, you got the heat, you got the barrel, you got that. It's like it's coming to that point where you're like, oh, here we go. This is the quintessential rye where it's going to give me this huge Kentucky hug.
Yeah.
Drink one is going to be tough to stomach, and then I'm going to mellow in. And then I would attribute it to the cognac, the aging, the 6 months. It just kind of smooths out. And when I say smooth, it's not like it just drops off off a peak. There's still all that good lingering flavor, but the spiciness runs away, the barrel flavor runs away, and I think you get a little bit of that sweetness.
Yeah, there's still a little of that, that caramel and that cognac and that sweetness at the end, and it kind of still leaves a little bit of mucus. Which I hate that fucking word, but it leaves like a little bit of that mucus still, which doesn't dry out completely, which I think is kind of a nice touch.
Yeah, I like it, man. I'll drink one. Let's go for two. Still hot up front, man. Not hot, but
it gives you everything you want from a rye, man.
It's all right there. I mean, my mouth is like tingling, going all over the place with cinnamon.
It stops right about here for me.
Yeah.
So like I'm still getting it all the way down, and then like right here. But then as soon as you expect that kind of explosion, it just kind of dies out, which is good because if it was this powerful and doing that in here, you're going, oh man, that's rough.
I would agree. It lingers in at the bottom of my throat. I can still feel it. It's still there.
Yeah. But
it's not that overwhelming where I got to take a second.
I feel like if I lit a match and just blew on it, you guys might see like a slight blue flame that comes out right there. You know what I mean?
Man, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. I'm a fan too. That's not too shabby.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that would be one that I would love to revisit again. Even after this podcast.
You know what I'd like to do, and I don't know if we could do it in the bar, but it might be what we do on the first episode at the pool. I'd like to have that with a stogie, man.
That would be amazing.
I think because of the amount of flavor, I like to dip the end of it in there, right? Get a little bit of that spice flavor on the end of the stogie. But I feel like that matched up with a really nice cigar, which I'm not saying I'm a huge cigar connoisseur, but
something dark though.
Pick
right?
me something.
A dark cigar.
Pick me something with a good wrap that's probably $25-$30. It's in the kind of that would be my high end range of a stogie on a nice crisp summer night, and let me just fucking puff the shit out of that. And
right after the sun went down, or when the sun's still out.
Both.
Yeah.
I think sun going down would be better.
Yeah, more like
dusk.
It's just dusky. Yeah, because I don't know, because if I was getting hit by a big ray of sunshine, that might be brutal. It also could shoot me to the moon, which could be exactly what I needed to lead right into that evening.
I could be under the palapa just chilling. Yeah. With my feet up.
I could definitely see me breathing cigar smoke all down my wife's neck after drinking some of this.
That's the thing I don't like about cigars, man. So I was talking with someone a couple weeks back, and I'm about it, man. I couldn't tell you, Churchill, all the different sizes and widths and all the different wraps, and I know there's dark, medium, and light. I don't know all the, I know Arturo Fuentes and all that stuff, but I wouldn't tell you I know all the wraps people. But to me, I've been missing the stogie, man. I don't think I've had one in probably at least a year.
I got a couple in my box, man. I'm just starting to get my humidor up and running, and I know a lot of people are going to give me some stoke. So as soon as I get out of this All-Star season, which, guys, I'm going to tell you this, I'm looking at maybe July, so rolling right into my birthday in August, which I know that's kind of the end of summer.
Not necessarily.
Kind of, not really. And there
kids go back to school, but we still got a month left.
Right? During that month, we're going to be on fire. We're going to be turning shit up. I'm just really busy right now. I'm trying to run these 10-year-old girls to a championship ring. They already got one. I need to get them the big one, though. So we have a couple more tournaments. We got one tournament coming up this weekend and one coming up next weekend. And then after that, I'm looking at states and regionals and stuff like that. So whether we qualify or not, that'll be a thing. I got belief in my girls. I promise that that they're going to do something pretty special, but we don't know.
What do you have to do to win the big dog, the ring?
So in our last tournament, we only had 4 teams in our bracket, which was a single elimination. So we had to win. We lost our first game, and then we won our second game. And then we played the next day in the morning against one team, and we won that one. And then we went to the championship, and we won that one, which was pretty cool because our girls had literally lost out every single weekend for the last 4 weekends. So they've gone loss, 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 and then they went loss, win, loss, and then now they went loss, win, 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 and got their rings, which was really cool. And they're good. They're good girls, and they're awesome. So, but we're moving into the bigger tournaments now, where you're gonna have 17 teams instead of 4 teams, right? So they're double elimination.
4.5 times, yeah.
Yeah. So now you're playing maybe 1 game on Friday, 3 games on Saturday, and you could play up to 5 or 6 games on a Sunday. So we're gonna be into that very shortly here and see what happens.
So we talked about doing this. And we talked about what Taylor does everyone want first on the podcast. So next tournament the girls win, we're going Taylor. Barrel proof.
Okay.
That's what everyone said. We put it out small batch, rye, single barrel, or barrel proof. So the next tournament the girls win that's decent, like what they're doing, we're going that.
Now I got some serious...
if they win the big dog tournament, so we said when we get to 200 followers we're going to do this. I'm going to double up where my money's at.
Okay.
If they win the big dog tournament, we're going stag. So we're at 102 subscribers out there. Loving it. Thank you, everyone. We're at 1,514 views. Tomorrow's our two-month anniversary. We are so far.
And we have, a couple hundred at least on Instagram.
201, yeah.
And we got quite a lot of views on there as well. So, we're doing good on those other platforms. And like we promised before, we're going to bring you guys to other platforms as well. We're just not very tech savvy, but we're working on it. We're working.
We just started. Like honestly, I don't understand. Like, well, let me back up. Let me tell you about this, and then we'll go into that. Okay. So, just to recap, next tourney they win.
Next tourney, we're getting a barrel proof.
We're going barrel proof.
Okay.
Okay. They win a big tourney. We're going George C. Stagg.
All right.
And we're going George C. Stagg at 200. So
now I got some more motivation for every 3-hour practice that I do daily.
98 more people were going Stagg, and I don't care if it's the next fucking day.
Yeah.
We hit the you guys hit the tourney, we're going Stagg again. I don't care if we cash the bottle or not.
Damn, doubling it up.
We're going.
I like it.
We're going. So I just want everyone to know we're putting our money where our mouth is. This is my only B-Tac that's open. It's our favorite bottle. It's fucking George C. Stagg. But I'm invested in his daughter and their team, and I hope you guys all are out there as we continue this journey. TikTok, I don't fucking understand TikTok, man. Like it's a weird thing. I will say from an Instagram perspective, there's a couple people out there that I don't want to name drop because we're just starting to make friendships with them, but some people that are huge on the IG game, that are in the bourbon game, have showed us love, and I'm like so thankful. Me and Brett, like, we hit up this one person, they got like 75,000 fucking followers, right? And we're, nobody. So we're like, hey, can you check us out? And they're like, they put a little heart next to it. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. Maybe they're going to check us out. Me being the motherfucker the next day, I'm like, what'd you think? Right? Being that little pester, being the little asshole. They're like, hey, I love it. It's fun. Backdrop is dope. And I was like, hell yeah, thank you. Right? And they're like, I didn't get a full chance to check it out. Kids distracted me. Gonna come back to it. And I was like, man, I'm so fucking humbled. Like, we are so humbled that this person, we have 200 followers, they have 75,000. Right?
I don't even know how you get to that level, man. I mean, I know it's support, and I know it's like people checking you out and sharing you and liking and doing all that kind of stuff. But I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, you gotta bring some serious heat,
I don't even know what we would do if we were there, to be honest with you. Like, we'd probably still be doing the same thing because this isn't about, like, having this cult following and being influencers. I'm just saying, like, we are so thankful and the love. Like, when we first launched this, we sat here and we did the launch video and we got, I don't know, like, in the first day, like, 50 views, right? And we're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Ribbon cutter.
Yeah, like
mic
just
dropper.
Boom. Yeah, like, oh shit, I got 50 fucking views. Fuck all you, we're dope, right? Like, unbelievably pumped about that. And then if you fast forward in the last 60 days to have 102 people subscribe, I would say there's probably 30, 40 of those people are actively watching. You can tell because the moment we drop an episode now, within the first 4 to 5 days, we have 60 views.
You know what I read today? I was just like, I took like a 20, 30 minute break from work. And I was like trying to come up with like another logo for us. I was just kind of playing around, and I ended up like at this article about podcasts, and it was this huge number. It was probably, it had to have been in like the 80 or 90th percentile of podcasts only maybe have 10 episodes, and then they go ghost. And then they're what they're called ghost podcasts. So like people start them, they do 10 maybe episodes, 7 episodes, 5 episodes, and then they just stop. And it's like, I'm like, that commitment sucks, man. Like, how can you buy into something, and whether it's hot off the iron or not, how can you not just continue with it and do the work? I mean, if you want to go do another podcast, or you want to try something new, or maybe they're just in it for the money or whatever it is, which I think is bullshit. I'm in it for the long haul. Like, I'm coming over here, I'm putting in at least 1, maybe 2 times a week when I'm not busy, if not more. A lot of text communication, a lot of shit going back and forth, but I'm not stopping giving you guys this content. So if you're following us, trust me, we're not leaving you behind. This is not ending. It's not stopping. it's going to continue to keep going and going and going. It's like
dude, we're in second fucking gear right now.
Yeah, I'm the we're the fucking Energizer batteries right now. I mean, I'm just getting hyped on this. We're finding our groove. You know what I mean?
And that's such a weird statistic. So
it is. That's why I thought it was crazy. It was a whole article about like how podcasts start and never go anywhere. And he's just like, you're already in the top 50 percentile if you can just keep doing it, you know?
So we're on this is episode 15. So we're in the top percentile.
And we're getting the views right now, and we're getting the people watching it right now that compare to the top 50 percentile of people doing podcasts, which to me, even...
I'm gonna have another pour, by the way.
Even our shit is like not that crazy on everything, but we still rate out there as like somebody who is pretty cool and bringing some cool content. And
that's
so
surprising.
I'm not trying to toot our horn, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not stopping. He's not stopping.
Fuck.
We've promised a lot that we haven't brought to you yet. We're guaranteed to deliver on that 100%. So the travel, the shop visits, the teaching you how to make friends with shops, all of that stuff is coming. It's just timing. So right now I'm like coaching a lot. His girls. He's got 3 girls. I got 2 girls. His girls are in soccer. I don't know if they're done yet, but I mean, we're trying to wrap this stuff up. And pretty soon, my girl's going to get old enough where I can't coach her anymore. And you guys are going to see some really cool shit come out because I'm going to get hot with this one.
I'm telling you, we told the story. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But we were sitting right here one night, had a few drinks as always, and I sat and looked at Brett and I was like, hey man, we started talking about doing a podcast, and I think that, you know, I always tell you, fucking same shit. I love this guy. We already know that.
I love this guy too, man.
But the thing that I enjoy about him above all else is I think it's the most signature thing we have in common, other than girl dads, other than bourbon, all this shit, is we don't like talking about shit. I'm not one of those motherfuckers that's like, hey, let's hang out on Saturday, and then I ghost you. I'm going to text you on Friday saying, are we still down on Saturday?
Right? I get a text from this guy at 6:30 every morning when I'm still sleeping that says, yo,
what up? Let's fucking go.
I've been trying to train him a little bit to be like, hey man, you could text me in the morning at like 9:30, yo, and I'm like on it. I'll be like, what's up? You know, but 6:30, man, that's a little early. Like sometimes I like to sleep in.
You know what this motherfucker does? So if you're one of those people,
he's already back from the gym and shit, and I'm still sawing logs.
I did this 2 days. Don't give me the credit. 2 days in a row.
Don't discredit it either. Okay?
Check it out. Brett's the motherfucker that I like and don't like. He's the guy that leaves his red on.
I do it all the time.
So you can see what time you read it, but also he leaves you on red. So it's like a dick move.
It's kind of a dick move, but it's kind of more like this. Like, I want to give you an example. It's like this, okay? This is not a phone, but if it was a phone, this is me. Ding. Yo. And then I go like this. I go, yo. I'll be back to that one later. Like, I'm not sacrificing my next hour and a half of sleep so that I can figure out how to open my eyes. Because trust me, I'm the guy that wakes up, and once he's up, he cannot go back to sleep. Yeah. So I have to sacrifice that, man. You know what I mean? Like, I have to. There's no point.
That's fine, man. I'm different.
And I know he's going to call me about all the other times.
I'm not going to. No, that's not what I'm going to say. No, I'm going to be nice. I called him a bitch on last episode. I'm not going to do that again.
Keep calling me. It's
cool. but here's the thing.
I'm still showing up. I ain't scared.
I know. You kind of punked me last night. We'll talk about that in a second. But no, what I was trying to get at is, and again, I want to keep saying this because I think humility is something that we both possess, and we're both people that's, when we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And you know, I had this idea in my mind what I thought it would be. And I think Brett had a different idea. And we're different people. So when we first talked about it, I was like, do you want to do it? Yeah, we'll do it. Then we started lining it up. Then we shot 10 episodes and they were fucking trash.
Yeah, they weren't that bad.
Now, I'm not saying these are good, but like...
They weren't good, but they weren't that bad.
But we look like Joe Rogan right now.
Yeah, they were just enough to make us think that, there is a possibility this could work.
I was thinking like, you know what? In 100 years, we might get this right, right? But to say that tomorrow is our 2 months since launch and that we have triple-digit subscribers, We're hitting every video that we're launching has a minimum of 50 to 60 views within the first week or two. Legitimate views. I'm not going on and fucking having my friends watch it just on YouTube to watch. These are legitimate views, right? They're happening at 2, 3 in the morning, which tells me we got some East Coast and we got some cokeheads out there. We got some people doing yayo watching our shit, which is cool.
It's very organic. This is not something we can push. I mean, literally, we don't have a shit ton of support group around us. I mean, we got our core friends, right? And yes, we did tell them that we did a podcast, and most people are like, "You do what? You drink, huh?" Mm-hmm. Like, you know, they're
confused.
They're tequila brains, or they're shooting Jack Daniels, and they just have no idea.
Do you guys review Fireball? Yeah. I'm like, no. Did you watch the fucking bundle rant? I fucking don't look like I drink Fireball.
Yeah.
So, thank you for that.
Yes.
But I guess what I really kind of like want to get off my chest is super proud of where we're at. So farther than I've ever thought we'd be. But the interesting thing is, I don't think that me and Brett knew what our roles in this were going to be. And one of the things he had no fucking idea, which I think is great, is I'm fucking crazy. Okay? So I look at the analytics on YouTube probably every 30 minutes. I could tell you, if I told you right now and you were like, hey, I just watched it, I'd be like, I saw it. Yeah. I saw that you just watched it and I could tell you what episode you watched.
And I'm the complete opposite.
Doesn't look at it.
I don't look at anything.
If you scroll through the texts to Brett, it's like, boom, another 5 subscribers. Yo, hit 1,300 views. Let's fucking go. Hey, hashtag just got some fucking person on IG to follow us.
My response is always, yep, okay, dope, cool, fire.
Yeah. So I'm over here, I'm like,
LFG.
I'm stressing out. I'm sweating. I'm like, dude, on Friday we got 59 views. On Saturday we got 0. And Brett's over here like, bro, let's just fucking have fun, dude. So what he didn't realize is, which is what my wife said, is you started out to have fun. That's what people don't understand. I'm having fun.
Yeah, it's fun to him. His version of fun is maybe a little different than my version of fun.
Yes.
But together as a group, we're having fun. And that's what matters.
Well, because, dude, we keep coming back, man. This is not... Again, you talked about people that... I think the reason why people quit is because they went into it with the idea that they were going to be famous or influencers, or it was going to be easy. I will tell you, in all transparency, I thought we'd have 100 subscribers in the first week. Because I was like, I know 20 freaking people that are close to me that know at least 5 more people, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, they'll get 5, they'll get 5, they'll get 5, they'll get 5. We'll be at 100, and it'll just be bing, 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 and it'll happen, and then we're going to hit this like plateau and we're gonna have to do it, right? No, it wasn't like that. Everyone was like, yeah, got you, watch it, I'll subscribe. They didn't do shit. I had to create a QR code because I'd go up to people and I'd be like, hey, did you check us out? And they're like, oh, my bad, I'm busy. I'm like, dude, you work 6 hours a day. How are you fucking busy? Scan this code, please. Boom, subscribe, watch it. It's gonna change your life. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like that. I guess I went on a rant, which I hope you like, everyone out there, because I like getting on rants, and we love rants here. But the fact that you told me, and this episode's going to be really long, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's okay. You know what? Hey, you can turn us off at 2 minutes and 23 seconds like the regulars. It's fine.
We're at like average of 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I know, because I looked at it. But the fact that that's a real statistic, that people are actually out there. I made the comment on plenty of podcasts that people built the bar. They build their bar for the backdrop. No, we built the bar because I want a community. It just happened that we were dumb enough to stumble into this and fell in love with it.
We still haven't done a ribbon cutting on the bar.
I know. Well, we're going to do a beginning of summer. Okay. So my wife just told me the other day, check this out. I love her. She is the best thing that has ever happened to me and will happen to me. If I didn't, and I say that above my kids, right? I'll probably get backlash. If there'll be the one comment somebody puts, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah, you're
at the end of the day, yeah, without my wife, my kids wouldn't be possible. So I definitely love my wife more than my kids. It doesn't mean I don't love my kids. They're the best, second best thing that ever happened to me.
You know what? Any psychologist or marriage therapist or person out there that actually knows about this thing says if you don't love your wife more than your kids, then you're not doing it right.
Well, good. I'm doing it right.
So you're doing it right.
Check it out, though. She tells me, we've been talking, we typically have a kickoff to summer party at my house, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year. She came to me the other day and she said, I need $1,000 for this party. I said, $1,000. How many people are coming? And she's like, no, it's not about the people. It's about, we're going to block off the street. Okay, so you can't see where I'm at. We're gonna block the corner.
Brisket for $1,000, bro.
Dude, we're gonna have a taco person. I can't say taco man because that's sexist. We're gonna have a taco person. We're gonna have 3 jumpers, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. I'm gonna definitely do a brisket. I'm gonna tap this guy on the shoulder to do some burn ins.
Yep.
We're gonna have ping pong. We're gonna have fucking cornhole. We're gonna have everything you could think of. We're gonna have a movie night in the back. Like, this is gonna be epic. We are going to cut the ribbon then.
All right.
And we'll film it. We'll go live.
There you go.
Live for everyone.
You heard it first.
This is the second time you said that this podcast.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of firsts for everything.
Dude, I'm gonna tell everyone on my last drink right now.
I want to do a cheers to everything we just ranted about.
Yeah.
That's a cheers for you guys. That's a cheers for everybody. Thank you very much for watching us. He's got some final comments to put in.
I would just say everything we said is genuine, and we're beyond thankful for you coming on the journey. Brett was right when he said we're going to keep bringing it. All I ask is just keep giving us more feedback. Like, that's the one thing that I would say that I thought we'd have more of, because last episode 13, when it drops, you'll see Brett wanted us to get rowdy. He wanted us to be transparent. And we're on that train.
Yeah.
We have gotten on that train, and it has left the fucking uncomfortable station, and it's gone on to transparency station. So as we give more, I ask you give more. Mm-hmm. But I will say from both of us here, man, we could not be more excited of everything that you guys are showing us. All the love. Dick and Brett beers coming out. If the girls win, we got
some heat.
We got Taylor Barrel Proof coming up. We got Stag in the pressure cooker just sitting right there.
You know what? I'm not going to tell the girls that what they're winning the coach, but I'm going to tell them that the coach is expecting something great.
And we got a bunch of Dusties coming up. So, anyways, I'm going to shut up because I've talked too much. Thank you for everything. Brett, take us out of this motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I want to do is I want to bring you in. We appreciate you. And then I want to send you off. Thank you very much. Have a great fucking night. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Dick and Brett out.
Peace.